Alright cobbers, Woodsy here, and today we're going to talk about the Huracan premium touring seats. When I went to buy them, there was no real reviews online. There was a few of the manufacturers themselves showing videos, but I thought I'd give a buyer's perspective. Now, note, it's not sponsored. I paid my own money. Hurt a lot paying for it, but I paid my own money for these seats, and yeah, so this is just an honest review. I haven't had them for long, I'll be honest. They've been in for a week, but I wanted to put this out there just to see, just to let people know what it's like and what the process of buying like and how they are. So the seats themselves, I've bought online. As they claim on the website, it is a VE HSV style seat, so they're already ADR approved. Looked nice on the website, but I wanted to go down the route of making sure it was completely legal to put in the car. So the process I had to get these seats was I started by calling a few people, some engineers around in my local state, which is Queensland, and didn't get a real answer at first, but do need to shout out the boys at Superior Engineering. I didn't actually go with them for the engineering, and I had a bunch of questions for them, but they helped me out, and they said, yep, these are all good as long as you do these adapters and install it right. They're good to be engineered. I ended up calling a few local people as they're quite far away from me, but I definitely would go with Superior again if they were a bit closer to me, but I recommend them 100%. So I rang around our local area and got someone to say, yep, no worries. And then I purchased the seats once I actually had confirmation that they could actually be mod plated in Queensland. So once I purchased them, when I bought them, you buy the seat, and I bought the GU adapter at the same thing. I'll do a cost breakdown at the end when I'm back in the office, but I paid the money. Shipping was no problems, came within a few business days. It did have to be shipped from Victoria to Queensland, but wasn't too bad. Seats arrived, no worries, and no issues with the shipping at all. Very easy, tracking confirmation was sweet, came on the day they said, had no issues there. So I've moved inside because I was getting very wet out there. I've had some B-roll just rolling around on the screen at the moment, but we'll continue. So once it arrived, opened up the boxes, everything was sweet, no issues, nothing broken, everything was well wrapped, perfectly arrived. Once I unpacked everything, I got to the instructions. Instructions super clear, very good instructions, easy to read, easy to follow. Do want to make some notes with the install. First off, you do have to actually trim some of the studs on the seat and the bolt for the seatbelt buckle. Now, for me, easy, had an angle grinder, but it's something you guys should know is you will have to do some trimming of the some of the bolts. Another thing that I needed to mention is that you will need to the seat bar position lift underneath. It's a little bar that is. You will have to manually maneuver or manipulate it just to get it in where it needs to go properly. It wasn't too bad for me. I just had to give it a slight tap with a rubber hammer just so it's seated properly, and the actual actuation of the seat moving back and forward would work without issue. My GU, I also had to remove the plastic covers on the seat where the hinge is on the console side. Once you trim down the bolt for the seatbelt buckle, even if you cut that seat hinge cover, it still won't move back and forward easily. I ended up just taking it off because it wouldn't even sit properly by the time I was done cutting it. There's just not enough clearance for it in the seat itself. However, for me, not a big issue. You won't see it. It's hidden behind the console. You might see it if you're fully back, but for me, it wasn't an issue. Apart from that, install super easy. Bolts supplied were great. Everything goes in pretty easily. The instructions are super simple. Things I noticed during the install. They are a premium seat, and this is the only thing I've noticed, and the only thing I want to fault them on at the moment is, as you can see, I'll put up a photo of it, but one of the bolts in the hinge is actually rusty. Now, it's only surface rust. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but We're paying for a premium seat, and I noticed this. For me, it's not a massive issue, but it's something you should note, is I found this with the seat, and it wasn't enough for me to want to send it back, but I had to mention it. So, apart from that, seats are great. Super comfy. I've only had them for about a week, but I love them so far. They're great. Things to note, you do sit slightly taller with the brackets. Not an issue for me. I'm 6 foot, still had plenty of headroom, but it is something to note. It's about 20-30 mil. Noticeable when you sit in it, but not going to be an issue. If you're slightly taller, maybe check it out and ask someone who's got them if you can. Feel free to send me a message and I'll let you know. If you're a bigger bloke, like I'm quite a chunky bloke, the thigh pads might make you slightly uncomfortable. For me, not an issue. I do notice they push my legs in quite a little bit, but it's not an issue for me. It's okay. Like it feels fine, very comfortable, no issues there. Just something to note. And you feel like you're sitting close to the console because it is a wider seat. But all in all, great seats. I'm actually really happy with them, and I would advise, like, if you're thinking about it, they're actually a pretty good seat. Just like I said, that slight issue with the bolt is great for that. Now, I'll do a cost breakdown now. As of, this is 2025. This is May 2025 when I'm making this video. The seats cost me $2,500. The brackets for the GU adapter was $440. These prices may vary, obviously. The shipping cost me $206.97. It is what it is. They do advise it's not going to be that cheap and they give you some options for making it cheaper by delivering it to a depot or anything like that. So the total price I paid before engineering was $3,146 and some change. Not a cheap seat, but not one of the expensive when you start talking about the other brands out there. But yeah, very happy with the seats. Engineering went fine. Got it fully mod plated with no issues. So if you're looking for these seats, I reckon they're not a bad buy, and I will update you once I've had them for a while and taken them for a big drive. All right, guys, Woodsy out. Have a good one.